So our next guest has been in the insurance business for more than 25 years.
In fact, her late father was an insurance icon who wrote many best-selling books, including The Wonderful Wizard and You. Please welcome Lori Beth Freedman.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Eraldo.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
So why do you think there's such trepidation in discussing insurance? Because I have friends that have come to me and they say, my husband wants life insurance and I think he's trying to kill me.
I hope not.
It's actually a great question. One of the main reasons I think so many people have difficulty discussing this topic is because in order to discuss life insurance, it involves discussing you dying.
Right.
Yes.
So we joke about it like your friend saying he wants to off me, but the reality is, unless somebody knows something that I don't know, it's
don't
not
wanna
a matter
think
of
about
are we
that.
going to die?
Right.
We're going to die.
Yes.
So it's a matter of when, and let's be prepared for it versus if.
Right.
One of the things I try to tell people is if you take the word dying out of that conversation, it's very important that you sit down as a family and discuss if something does happen to you tonight,
forbid, right?
what do you want to have happen? How should I do things? Who should I call?
You have to have that discussion.
So
That's
if
right.
you take the word dying out of that conversation, for example, when my father was very sick, and knock on wood, he had plenty of insurance, he believed what he did for a living,
Right.
but when it was time for him to actually be dying, even though he did this for a living, it still would be like, okay, Dad, well, you know, when this happens, and he would shut down. So when I said, Dad, if you get hit by a bus tonight, what do I do? And it completely relaxed him and changed the conversation. So try to depersonalize it a little bit.
Right.
And even if you can joke about it, but you have to have those
Have the
conversations.
conversation.
So
Okay.
what are some big misconceptions about insurance?
Well, there's quite a few.
I would imagine, right?
You know, you hear a lot, I don't believe in life insurance. Well, the last time I checked, it's not a religion.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I don't need insurance. I can't afford insurance.
Yeah, who should be buying
I can do
insurance?
better investing my own money.
Yeah.
The reality is that I've never met anybody in the 26 years I've been doing this, as well as the 20 other years that I've been born into this, where when a death did occur and somebody handed a check to somebody, they never said, I don't really want it, you keep it, or that's too much, I don't need that much money.
Like, how much should I get? Okay, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
So, I mean,
Bad joke.
there's a lot of misconceptions, but the fact of the matter is that life insurance gets special tax treatment, different than any other vehicle out there.
And who should be buying insurance, life insurance?
I can tell you that when I was in 5th grade, it was career day at school. And my father was kind enough to come in and talk about what he did for a living. And one of the things that scarred me for life as a child was he sat down to the class and said, hi, I'm Sid Freedman and I sell love. So you can imagine in 5th grade being teased the way I was, your dad sells
So
love.
love.
But I never really understood it until I
Yeah.
was an adult. So in answer to your question, if you love somebody or somebody is dependent on you emotionally or financially in any way, there's nobody that doesn't need it.
Oh, wow. Well, so how do you...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
All right,
You do
go
it.
ahead. So what type of insurance should a person get? Is there a specific plan for each one? Or?
There's many different kinds, and
Okay.
it can get very confusing. And what I try to tell people is stay away from the gimmicks and the fads. There are a lot of different products out there. Some people say buy term, invest the difference. Some people say, oh, that whole life's too expensive. Everybody's situation is different. So there's not one universal product that's right for everybody. And in many cases, we actually do a combination of products for people because as your life goes on, your needs change and you need to have plans that are flexible and can change with you.
Absolutely.
Is the whole process, is it difficult to get life insurance?
It shouldn't be. Some of the things that can make it more difficult or more time consuming, the biggest thing would be how fast your doctors turn around their medical records.
Right.
And one of the things with many different advances that are going on with the medical and technology is the insurance company will actually check your medications and prescriptions.
Right.
So let's say you went to a doctor one time 3 years ago and he gave you the medicine, it was all fixed and you never had an issue with it again, but when they asked the questions 3 years later for your insurance and you forgot.
Okay.
So remember, there's a person at the other end that's an underwriter looking at a file. They don't
Right.
know you. So they might say, well, if they left that out, what else would they maybe have left out?
Right.
And The more you can remember, the more you give them up front, the better it is.
Well, Lori, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
wow,
you so much
thanks.
for being here. I appreciate really good information.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah,
having
thank
me.
you
I
so
really
much.
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Life insurance, very important.
Well, still to come, do you believe in angels? Well, ahead you'll hear from an angel intuitive who is helping pass messages from past loved ones. Her story, when Healthy Lifestyle with Eraldo returns.